sing? Would you fill your mind with care? When I reached out to touch you and madly grasped the air, and you always said you'd stand nearby, closer than any friend. And with you near, I felt faith to try. What I didn't know was you'd leave the path before the end. And there comes the time we all will face. Yeah, the past and future meet. In some good time I may come to see you, but until that happens, I'm left alone upon the street. Yeah, alone upon this street.
Cool. All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to part 2 of the stream as we continue to move on with the next part of Phoenix Wright. Thank you guys so much for being here. And yeah, we're closing in on the end of this game, which I have thoroughly enjoyed. I'm looking forward to getting back to the Ultima Underworld run and then getting on to Dragon Age, but I have really enjoyed the Phoenix Wright game, and I am definitely looking forward to doing more of these in the future. But before we do any of that, we have to go back and finish this one. So let's see what's going on with the second part of this trial. I enjoyed my lunchbox. My lunchbox actually consisted of a banana. A triple-decker banana, as it were. There's not much left of it. It was very appealing. Yeah! Sorry. Unnecessary. Okay, let's do it. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 2. Mr. Wright? What? Are trials always like this with you? Like you're swimming up from the bottom of a lake about to reach the surface, but no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there? Pretty much. Except today we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister, anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers. Probably something to do with that piece of cloth. So, this is where we turn this trial around, right? Hey, what's up, Gilt? Yes, I did. I chose Dragon Age. I'm finishing this. As I told everyone, I'm going to finish my Ultima Underworld run, and then I'm going to play Dragon Age Inquisition next, courtesy of AK, who's nice enough to get it for me. And if there are people out there who are thinking about getting it, Amazon actually has it on sale for $45 right now. So you might want to check it out. It's you can either get it in physical form or the download code, which is what I did. You get the Origin download code. So unfortunately, it's exclusively through Origin, but what are you going to do? That's funny, Shadow. I'm the one who's starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Hola, partner. They say you show a red cloth to a bull, it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin' at least. And Ultima down the line, yes. Well, Ultima Underworld first, yes, that's correct. I did play Dragon Age Origins. I was not crazy about it. I played Dragon Age Origins actually all the way until literally I was entering the last building for the final boss. And I was like, eh. I just never was that into Dragon Age Origins. It never clicked with me. And then I didn't play Dragon Age 2, both because I didn't particularly care for Dragon Age Origins and because I heard from everybody that it was terrible. So what I'm going to do is, people told me there's this thing called The Keep, which it's like an interactive website that basically allows you to input your choices from the first game. I think I remember most of them, or many of them anyway. And that'll sort of set up our character nicely leading into Dragon Age Inquisition, which everyone says is really good, and it looks like it's good. So, yes, that will be up after this game is finished. After we do the Ultima Underworld run, Dragon Age Inquisition is up next. Yeah, I don't know, Messiah. I don't know. Everyone says that, but I like Neverwinter Nights, and I didn't like Dragon Age Origins. I never understood the comparison. I didn't think that it was anything like Baldur's Gate at all. I didn't think it was anything like Neverwinter Nights. I've heard people say that. I don't see it. Baldur's Gate is one of my favorite games ever, and I saw so little comparison between the two, other than they're both made by a BioWare and they're both fantasy games. But I mean, I don't know. It was never me. What is wrong? That's awesome. That's awesome, money. Okay. Officer Marshall! Thought I'd come take a look-see at how the trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They got the place locked down tighter than a fort in enemy territory. What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Don't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example. Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf. You don't say. Now don't that just beat all? I've seen the red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day, too. She was wearing a red muffler. What? At the awards ceremony that afternoon. Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon. I bet the muffler is stuffed in the muffler. That's right, Messiah, yeah. That's exactly right, Messiah. See, I agree. Divinity Original Sin felt much closer to the new Baldur's Gate than Dragon Age Origins did to me, but... What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf, so she stuffed it in the muffler. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken? Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns, and sometimes you just gotta let that bull go where it will. Time will tell. Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So, what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright? If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh-wee! Oh, Marshall. February 23rd, 12:32 p.m. District Court. Courtroom number 9. I'd like to resume. What's up? The judge keeps looking over the prosecution. Uh-oh. Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue, your lips are purple, you're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow, those grinding teeth, those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over, your back is bent. What the... It can't be. This can't happen. I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth. He got poisoned? Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested that the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable! It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself. Excuse me! Knock knock! What's with this guy? A strange, stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. What is... Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? It's you. is this guy? Oh my god, I don't know what to do. Let me think. Hold on. Oh. Sorry I'm late, Udgy. The roads were packed. It's just me. Long time no see, eh, Udgy? How you been? Swim much these days? Hello. No, I've been so busy. Busy? I'm busy, smizzy, Udgy, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. See, it's not a gruff man voice, Messiah. Look at what he's doing. Seems to be his nickname for the judge? I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. So what's up, Perquitos? Sorry, but who are you? Haha! So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Thanks? So sorry about our little worthy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly! Little worthy? Mr. Wright. You don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. I like the way he does the... And then... So, to what do we owe this honor today? It's been over 2 years since you last came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's Worthy here. Look at the poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Miss Star wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing that muffler. Exactly, Messiah. I've seen that one. But to think that it was stuffed in that exhaust pipe. On little Worthy's car, no less. It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What's this? Hold on a second. Whoop. I don't know what. Accidentally hit something, sorry. It's what you'd call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. Objection! Chief. Whoops. What kind of outfit are you running, Mr. Edgeworth? How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Worthy. Yes. I've no desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Have a look at this document where it says, Person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking that signature, Miles Edgeworth. That's no fair. That's not fair. The day of the crime, I had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'd expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean up this mess that you made. Hi, baby. This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. That's exactly, Thorg. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Gah! The court accepts this new evidence, but I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push that switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. You make a good point, Judge. You make an excellent point. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. Come on, just hurry up and open it. There's a small tag on this knife. It seems to say SL-92. What does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar. DL6 of DL6 incident fame. But it's strange. What is? I'm not certain. but I get the feeling I've seen this somewhere before. Letters like this, or letters that looked a lot like this somehow. Yeah, there's a note in our thing about it. That's how you open it. What? Don't scare me like that. I'm the one who's scared. Look at this knife blade. The tip is broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood? Switchblade knife added to the court record. Swiggity swoogity. What's up, Lego? This does not excuse the actions of the police department. I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us about the split between the prosecutors and the police and this knife? Sure, sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really. Department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess! The time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. Hey, what's up, Royks? There was a murder at the police department, a detective. That's hush-hush information, Udgy. We haven't exactly announced it yet. Hi. How are you? How's your nose stuffed up? Yeah. Did you have a good day at school? I don't know. Oh, you made a cookie plate? Nice. You mean, oh, like a thing to press into the dough? For the cookie plate? Like it's a... Oh, to hold the cookies. Oh. Awesome. That's cool. Cookie plates. Oh. Where was I? Wait a second. You said 5:15. That's the exact time that Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office. We saw those two simultaneous murders at the very beginning when they were doing that drive thing. That's right. You figured it out? Nice. Order, order, order. Anyway, we at the department were all flustered, as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay? I think we understand the police department's situation. Well, Mr. Wright? 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places. Chances of that are really slim, scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness. Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand. Cross-examination, department in disorder. This knife is special, but I can't say how here. Hold it! It's from one of my gavels over there. Excuse me, special? Mm-hmm. Hard to come by this particular knife anywhere else. Maybe might that special thing be this little tag? Oh, sorry, Righto, but I can't say that now, not that. We've established that the knife in Goodman's chest was this knife. Now, why was there another knife at the scene of the crime? That's quite a mystery. And like a mystery, it's wrapped in something. A muffler! Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Goodman. Hold it! This knife was found on the scene of our crime. I think that makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that go on at the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Righto. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine that knife while we can, Righto. Evidence that links this knife to Detective Goodman. Perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that had me stumped all this time. So, how are things down at the department? I want to check this tag again. Okay, see you, Shadow. He's... I'm kind of a fan of his with intent. That outfit, though. SL-92. I already know about SL92. SL92. Okay, let's see. SL92. Let's check the autopsy report. Yeah, well, let's see. No, SL92. I know, right? Whoops. So SL92, I mean, that's just a case number. Like, so they you know, they tag like particular cases with particular codes. But SL92, I feel like what I'm feeling like is that it has something to do with. Hang on. I feel like it's got something to do with this. But yeah, and I'd love to be able to pull it off, right? SL9, it's upside down. Upside down. Got it. Wait a second. Haha, at last! An honest-to-goodness objection. This knife. This has to have something to do with Detective Goodman. What do you mean? Haha! An honest-to-goodness what do you mean for the judge? This is great! Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92. And this is important. Why? Over here we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. What's this? 6 minus 7s, 12, 2. No, 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 no. Turn that around, Judge. Your Honor, it's upside down. Upside... The printed name on the memo makes it look like it's right side up. But turn it around, and what do you get? SL92. Aha! When he wrote this note, he was holding the paper upside down. SL9. That's the same thing that is written on the knife's tag. Order. Order. Well, Chief? Ah, well. I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, righto. I win? What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. Hold it! So this knife was stolen? Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say. Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, nice, nice. Good show, little worthy. It was a murder weapon, as it happens. I kinda just want this guy to keep clapping. That beat. And a beat. And a beat. Break it down and the beat. Orange suit with the beat. Red cross with the beat. Pink glasses beat. Break it down and the uh-huh. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder? And it was found in the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car. Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation. Hold it! Something didn't happen at the police department too, did it? You got a good look in your eyes there, righto, my boy. Sharp! Hungry! Chief, did something happen? And why haven't I heard? Why haven't you heard? Or why didn't you ask? No matter, I understand. You were busy, what with Lana's case and all. Well, what happened? What happened at the police department that day? A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. Oh, hold it! On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot. Another detective was killed at the police department? That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm at a loss for words. And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested? That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, right? I suppose I could help, if you help me by giving me data on your case. Hoo-hoo! Good one! The kid's sharp! Welcome back, Kathleen. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing and one thing only. I already know about when the victim died. Let's talk about where. So tell me, where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found, but I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that. The evidence room. Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? This knife was evidence in a case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room. The same case, Kathleen. There's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. With a link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. It's not officially linked to this here case, so I can't talk much about it. Hold it! Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. Heh, you don't say! Well, out with it, Righto. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had written down the numbers on the knife's evidence tag. And we also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. They switched bodies. Detective Goodman was actually killed in the evidence room, and whoever this other person was killed in the parking lot and then were exchanged. I'll bet that's what it is. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information? Unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What? Really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? Hold it! If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Oh, well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. Victim's ID number. Because that's going to match up with Goodman's. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Oh, sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. We keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is 5842189. Called it. That's Goodman's ID. Booyah. That's Goodman's ID. Told you. Well, that's quite long. And we have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 82. I can't do it. Didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? The ID number of the victim at the police department, 5842189, sure does. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does. I think, meaning, it has to be what I think it is. But what does this mean? Well, let's hear what the defense has to say. You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something? What does it tell you? It tells me this. 5842189. Take that! Witness. What is it, Mr. Wright? You're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night. That was not a reference I was expecting from our judge. Kinda didn't figure that we would be getting that reference. Not what I was really expecting. I'm just going to drink my water here. Oh, Kathleen. Oh, Kathleen. I will avoid saying anything that I could say at this moment. Exactly. All we just get is like Kappas just flying down. Oh, gosh. No, it's just, I got confused. And this is news. Huh? Just come out with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office. 2 places, 2 detectives murdered at one time. Actually, I happen to have a police ID number here. Oh ho! Is it yours? No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney, remember? Yep, you missed something, Messiah. You missed it. This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Righto! Personnel IDs are top secret! Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189. And this means what exactly? Huh? Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier. That started with 82... I've forgotten. You even got the first number wrong. The number the chief of police gave us was 5842189. Wait a second, Wright. What does this mean? That's what I want to know. The 2 ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. What does our witness think about that? Oh, sharp as a tack, Righto, sharp as a tack. But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. Either there's 2 brother detectives or the bodies got switched. Yet a Detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department, in the evidence room at the exact same time. That's impossible. So what we're saying is, the same person was killed at the same time, and in a completely different location? Order, order, order! Chief, what does this mean? No, what I want to know is why didn't I hear about this? Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of the case. Now, just wait a second, Worthy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said, wait. Or didn't you hear me? The oversight. The grave error? Mr. Edgeworth. They're yours. What? How dare... We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our officer Meekins who brought you the news. Oh, yeah, when Meekins showed up. Officer Meekins? Mr. Wright! Where have we heard that name before? Wait, aha! Meekins. I remember this guy. This guy. Excuse me, but if Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises, I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got to report, sir. You don't mean him? According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But your officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room? Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on the top of the report. Written right? Written right. QA problem. On the top of the report. Gah! Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. We hear Harv's natural voice, yeah. In any case, this is a serious error, a gross negligence of duty on your part, Worthy. I feel like the cops are setting up Edgeworth all along here, all of them except for Gumshoe. But sir, you could have submitted that report this morning to the court as evidence. Then I... No such luck this time, Worthy. Or should I say, unworthy. What? Now, what was the second rule of evidence law, Well, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. New evidence may only be submitted if it concerns the case on trial. And how is this relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. And this report wasn't on that list. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. I know, right? Hey, what's up, Flat Hat? The connection was just proven by Righto over here. Good job, Righto, my boy. Huh? I was just doing my job. No. No! It seems we have come to the end of this trial. You are becoming a thorn in my side, Worthy. There have been rumors. After all, you were in the defendant's chair just last year. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please, just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You'd better get results this time. Really. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. Oh yeah. This court doesn't have anything to do with those errors. We will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will this be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well. Court is adjourned. To be continued. Yep, we'll save clear stage data. Who's this?
This is the first piece and this is the second piece.
Very cool. What's this from?
This is from, you know that thing that I go downstairs and then every day I make, there's Legos and I make something?
Oh, yeah, so it started, right?
No, this was the first one, but we're on number second.
Oh, we're on day 2?
So we did both.
Oh, okay. Awesome.
I need tissue. So is this the end of the game? Or
this is the last case. What's up, Div? This is the last case, and then after that I'll be done with the game, and I'll be doing the Ultima Underworld. Do you remember the game where, well, I don't know if you saw me playing it, where I walk underneath the dungeons and there's, like, goblins and I carry a sword? Stuff like that. I don't know if you saw that one or not. Yeah, so I do that. I play that. Don't put the tissue on the thing, sweetheart.
Can you do the last case?
This is the last case, yeah.
Are you gonna do it?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, this is the last case? Just staring at the office?
Yes, the last case, you just stare at the office forever. Elsa.
Let it go, can't hold it back anymore.
Sorry, chat. Goblins and I carry a sword. Well, I was trying to think of ways to be, you know. That's awesome. That is great. Oh, Phoenix and Edgeworth. That's tremendous.
Phoenix, who are those?
That's Phoenix Wright. He's the defense lawyer. That's Edgeworth. He's the prosecutor. And they're playing Objection. That says Objection on the cloud. That looks like a guitar. That's awesome. Okay, let's see. February 23rd, 2:15 p.m. Wright and Company Law Offices.
I wonder who this person is gonna be.
Mr. Wright, so what's going on with the case anyway? I'm a little confused. Huh? Well, let's see. What is going on? The victim, Detective Bruce Goodman, was stabbed to death after 5 p.m. on the 21st. He was in the prosecutor's parking lot and the police department's evidence room. What's this and the evidence room part? The prosecutor's office and the police department are 30 minutes apart by car. Welcome back, Shadowed. And yes, C-Cat, I do plan on playing other Phoenix Wright games, although not right away. I have a bunch of other games in a backlog to get through first. But yes, definitely next year sometime I will be playing another Phoenix Wright game, because I definitely have enjoyed this, for sure. Well, that's what we're going to find out. Or try to, at least. All right, let's do it! Glad she's in good spirits, but I'm not sure she's going to be much help with this. Don't be so sure, Mr. Wright. Huh? Would you mind coming with me? I'll prove that these thick-rimmed glasses of mine aren't just for show. Let's go! Science awaits us! February 23rd, Prosecutor's Office, Underground Parking Lot.
What is this talking about?
Interesting. So they say that, so Larry is supposed to become Gant. That's a little odd, I gotta say. Little odd.
Can you just pause?
Pause for what?
Because I want to go downstairs and just put this back in this place.
Oh, well, I'll catch you up when you come back.
Okay.
Prosecutor's office. Like the pink ones? You know, I really don't think we should worry about the police department murder. There wasn't even a body found there. Who cares? Of course, it was our victim who was killed at the department. And my sister would never do such a thing. I know it. That oil drum, was it empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. My sister erasing evidence at the crime scene? Never. Even though she says they don't get along, Emma really likes her sister. That's not it at all. It's just... we're both professionals at what we do, and I trust her. Big words for a high school student. Well, whether there were bloodstains or not, the water in that oil drum washed it all away. Ignore the strength of my science at your own peril, Mr. Wright. Huh? What's that grin for? The situation calls for one thing, and that is luminol testing fluid. Luminol? Blood is sticky stuff, you know. You can't just wash it away with a little water. Even if you can't see it, it's still there. But wouldn't the police have already done those tests? Never trust anyone's eyes but your own, Mr. Wright. Just give it a try. Me? Why do I have to do it? What's up, D-Man? Welcome back in, man. I'm a minor. I can't even drink yet. We're testing bloodstains with this stuff, not drinking it. Here, look, I'll lend you these glasses. Huh? You had an extra pair of those things? Ah. To test for a blood reaction, just spray the luminol on it. Like this, see? Touch the screen to spray it on. Let's find us some bloodstains. I can see her eyes shining behind those glasses. So, is this a bloodstain? It's so... Emma, you're shaking. It's just, this is my first time seeing real blood. Scientific investigation in action. Okay, well, we definitely know that this is a bloodstain. But doesn't something strike you as odd? Scientifically speaking, of course. What's odd about this, scientifically? The amount. The perpetrator and Detective Goodman fought here, right? Don't you think there'd be a little more blood? I definitely think so. I mean, look at all the blood on the sole of the victim's shoe. It's strange. If they fought here, there'd have to be more bloodstains than this. Hey, Mr. Wright? See how I'm marking up the floor plans when we find a bloodstain? See, I'm pretty handy to have around, right? Yeah, that's very useful information to have. I saved up my allowance to buy this. Luminol testing fluid information received from Emma. We can't be sure that the police will reveal all their evidence in court. Sometimes they fail to mention evidence that doesn't fit with their view of the case. And we'll drag that hidden evidence out into the light of day. Yeah! It feels like we're really investigating a crime now, doesn't it? This luminol stuff is going to come in handy. Ha! I wonder how that fluid of yours would react to a nice deli box. Miss Starr! You only trust your own eyes, hmm? Not bad, you two. This day-old deli box is on the house. Sorry, it's just that kind of lead-in doesn't really get my mouth watering. Alright, lady. Let's talk about the trial. You certainly put me in a tight spot today. My apologies, Miss Starr, but... No, it's okay. It was my fault. Oh, we know. Yeah, we do know. I witnessed everything from that security room right there. But I was afraid that wouldn't sound convincing enough, you see. I was wrong to think that. I'm sorry. Sorry? You lied on the witness stand. That's unforgivable. Little girl, don't forget what's important here. Even if the place I witnessed the events from was different, I still saw what I saw. I saw Chief Prosecutor Sky stab a man in cold blood, and that testimony still stands. Ah, I swear it on my honor as a detective. She stabbed Goodman. Right, real honor as a detective. I know this photograph has something important to tell us, but what? So, you were a detective, weren't you, Miss Starr? Yes, it was a long time ago. Well, 2 years ago. Hey, Frosty. What's up, Frosty? What is this with intent? Oh, okay, I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, wait, what? No matter how hardened the criminal when they faced me, they coughed it up. Coughed it up? They confessed. They babbled like babies. You know, I may seem like a demon sometimes, but I can be an angel, too. I wouldn't doubt it. Every day I dragged the dirt out of the mouths of suspect after suspect. And before long they called me the cough-up queen. Yes, she is, Frosty. Oh, and here I thought someone was food poisoning your lunches. And you were let go? Fired? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. If these prim and proper prosecutors hadn't let me go, I'd still be one today. It's all because of that case. The SL9 incident. Wait, she doesn't mean... Really? SL9, huh? This SL9? What do you think about this? SL9 incident. On that knife. And on that note. Goodman. Goodman was the head detective on that case, you know. Really? That knife was evidence from that case. The murder weapon. It was due for transferal the very day that Goodman was killed. As I suspected, SL9 isn't over. Not yet. Do you think you could tell us more about the SL9 incident? Let's talk more about the SL9 incident. What? Because we already saw this. Well, I went to look to see. You said you could tell more about the SL9 incident. I want to know what she means. Because it doesn't look like I can choose any other options. Everything connects to SL9. Alright, what do you think about this ID? I had one of those up until 2 years ago. Back when you were the cough-up queen, right? We found this ID card here in this parking lot. Well, there's no mistaking that. It's definitely Goodman's. But it's the same ID as the man who was hurt at the police department. That's impossible. I wish I could be so sure. Could you? You! Yes? You said you wanted some hot tea, right? Oh no, but thanks. She didn't even look at it. You must have to brew the leaves a long time to get rich flavor like this. We pre-infuse the leaves with steam before brewing. I knew it, so that's the secret to their aroma. Exquisite. The only thing I'm smelling here is wasted time. Yeah, amen to that. So this is the famous oil drum. Well, no time like the present. I'll try to kick it over myself. Hi-ya! That's okay. Don't cry. That Lana Sky must be a powerful woman. She tried to kick over the oil drum. She was, because of a previous thing that happened in the trial. That's where we found the note. 221 SL9, the SL9 incident. A case that was due for transferal the day of the murder. And the detective in charge of the case was the victim. I wonder what kind of case this SL9 incident thing was. It's kind of hard to guess just knowing the case number. I don't understand what she wants me, like... I have a feeling I'm leaving here too early, but let's go to the police department's entrance. February 23rd, police department. Entrance. It's even busier here today than it was yesterday. The detectives are running around so fast they're blurring. I suppose it makes sense. A detective did get hurt in their own department. So, the evidence room, the scene of the crime. According to the pamphlet we got at the front desk. Here it is. She's like a kid in an amusement park. Ooh, a real crime scene. Let's go take a look. Oh, we can go to the security office, too. February 23rd, Police Department. Criminal Affairs. Wow, everyone looks deadly serious here. Well, there was a vicious murder of a detective in this department, after all. Yes, but the same detective was also killed at the same time in the prosecutor's lot. Ugh, makes my head hurt. Well, first things first, I want to check out the crime scene here. Yes, you sound dead set on investigating. But don't mess up, or we could wind up... dead. I doubt anyone wants more mysteries or dead bodies around here right now. But it doesn't look like anyone's going to help us much either. I'm going to assume this guy, as usual, is paying absolutely no attention, because he never does. That must be the head detective. He's glued to his computer screen. What? Detective held in the evidence room. Tell no one outside the police department. No! I told that old lady at the restaurant everything. Someone's getting a demotion. Poster of a female police officer. Wait, no. That's the latest Babes in Uniform calendar? My bad. Oh my god. Latent sexism for the win! That must be one of the detectives. He's mumbling something to himself. I know the killer used dry ice. You put it between the latch and the door, the room could be sealed shut. This is good. I'll win a writer's award for sure. He's not writing a report. He's writing a novel. Yep. Yes, he is. These are the detectives' desks. There are computers and files in each one. Funny, they're a lot tidier than I'd expect. I guess the detectives don't spend a lot of time at their desks. Right, okay. So, let's see if I can go into the evidence room. No, no, no. Let me go back to the detention center. There we go. February 23rd, detention center, visitor's room. Looks like Miss Sky is in questioning. I hope the detectives aren't yelling at her. How did you hurt him in 2 places at the same time? Can you imagine? How's she supposed to answer that? Wait a second. The chief said they'd caught the criminal at the police department. Let's come back later. Okay.
Why does she say let's come back later?
Well, because I think we don't have the people there that we need to have yet. Okay, let's go to the police department entrance. Can at least go to the security guard office, right? Okay, let's do it. Here we go. February 23rd, evidence room entrance, guard station. Oh, looks like Marshall's set up camp here. What's with the decor in this place? It's very eccentric. According to the pamphlet, this is the guard station for the evidence room. So beyond that door is the evidence room, the scene of the crime. It sure seems that way. Oh, oh. What's wrong? It's those cacti. They're so prickly, so imposing. It's hard to think straight. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. Oh yeah. If you can't handle the cacti, stay out of the desert. What I want to know is, if this is a guard station, where's the guard? I have a feeling I know who this guard is already. Yeah, so do I. Little Mr. Marshall here. This swinging door makes the place look like some kind of saloon. But look, it's nailed shut. You can't get in that way. Of course not. If you went in through here, the cactus would fall over. Ouch! I'd see it be more of a yarg myself. Yipes, that sure is prickly. It must be the real deal. I would think just one big one would be sufficient. This cactus is a lot like my sister, actually. This guy, encased in a cold, rigid shell with thorns pointing in every direction. Yeah, working on it, Messiah. Working on it, man. Just like her.
What happens if the cactus gets on you?
Well, then it might hurt a little bit, because you know cactuses have those little prickly things, right? The needles. So.
Yeah, but why is she saying it looks like her sister?
Well, because she's saying her sister's kind of like not nice to her and prickly also. She says, you know, I've been looking at this cactus a while now, and I don't see the resemblance. It's more an attitude thing than a physical similarity. Okay. I already know about that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay.
What are you doing?
Investigating different parts of the room. There's a security guard uniform hanging here. Looks more like a costume than a uniform, honestly. A leather jacket, leather pants, a leather... What was that called again? A punchy? A paunchy? A pinchy? I know, a poochie. Wait, maybe that wasn't it. It's a poncho, but I think I'll keep that information to myself for the time being. Yeah, exactly, Messiah. What's up, Leshrak? Good to see you, man. It looks like there's a video feed from the evidence room here. There's a light blinking below the monitor. It says recording. I bet we could use this computer to check on who went in and out of here. You're right. Look on the floor, a lasso. Looks like it's set up to trap something. A trap? Here? Wait, I know. Maybe someone was trying to catch a wild bull in here. But the lasso missed. Oh my gosh. 5:30 a.m. That's crazy, man. You sure have an active imagination. Okay, I already know about the video feed. I already know about that. The evidence room is beyond that door. Let's just walk in. It won't open. You thought it'd be open? I think we need someone's permission to go in there first. So we probably have to get it from Marshall, right? Okay. Back to the police department entrance. It's weird that I can't get to the evidence room from the police department entrance, but I can get there from the security guard office. This is the security guard office? Why is that connected to the evidence room? I don't understand what that is all about. I guess the parking lot again? I'm confused. I need to talk to Marshall somehow. Alright, High Prosecutor's Office. Let's go talk to Edgeworth at least. That's exactly right. Yeah, exactly right, Kathleen. I think the security office is in the parking lot, so I don't know why the security guard office is connected to the evidence room. I'm not understanding that. February 23rd, High Prosecutor's Office, room 1202. Well, this place is certainly tidy today, and it'll be tidy tomorrow, too. Incidentally, he's not here. I'm sure he's off doing important investigations. I hope that's what he's doing. I guess we'll have to come back. I already know about this. Hide my daughter? Why, Messiah? parking lot's not appropriate? Oh, because of... Oh. Presents... I'm just gonna present things to her. Ugh. I have to go through that every time. I'm a little confused at the moment. I don't really know. Your phone doesn't work. I already know about that. I already know about this. Oil drum, already did that. I already did this too. Yeah, I already did all that. I did this one as well. Present shoe, right? I already did this as well. Okay. So, I mean... I can't talk to her. I've already heard all this stuff. I've already talked to... I don't understand what I'm supposed to be getting from her. That's the thing. I presented her the knife and the note. I think he owes me his gratitude. Gratitude? Why, if I hadn't witnessed the crime, Mr. Edgeworth would have been the suspect. I wonder. Still, it's strange. Why didn't our chief prosecutor have her own murder weapon ready? Can I talk to you now about it? No. I can present either the note or the knife with intent, and I presented both. So I already presented this. I already did that with this. Goodman was the head detective. And then Phoenix asks this question about, as I suspected, he said, do you think you could tell us more about the S9 incident? And then I go, and I try to go to talk to her. And nothing. So I already did this. I already talked to them. I already talked to her about this. I showed both knives. I showed the switchblade also. Alright, let me see if I can present. It's the same one, sweetie. I already presented her this. Still 9 instead of that knife and on that note. Goodman was the head detective, blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm trying to get her to talk more about this particular thing. She doesn't want to... She's not telling me anything else. Honey, I don't know, sweetie. I'm trying to figure it out myself. I don't know. Hey, check it out. There's a metal plate here. Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. Wow, one guy's listed a bunch of times. Von Karma. Guess he must be a foreigner? Yeah, that's probably it. Well, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor. I'd like to meet this Mr. Von Karma sometimes. When she says it, his name does kind of have a ring to it. Ooh, that'd be awesome, Shadowed. No, you can't present profiles. I don't think you can, actually. Wait a second. No, you can't. I guess I'll just go and present everything. My badge. Looks like a petrified piece of provolone, huh? It's not. It's my attorney's badge. I think a petrified piece of provolone would fetch more on the open market. Look, my badge isn't up for sale. Not yet, at least. Okay, I've already presented these. I presented this. And she says this thing, which is like the thing with the hot tea, and I have to go through all this stuff. Whoops. Original knife, blah, 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 blah. Gratitude, blah, 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 blah. I already know about that. Yes, blah, 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 blah. And then this thing. What's up, Joy? Okay, the blue badger. The autopsy report. Because I'm trying to get her to talk and say something different. I'm obviously not getting the right thing. I already showed her this a million times. Cell phone. It was when I grabbed the grief prosecutor on the shoulder. She dropped that phone on the pavement. That's when you heard her talking about the muffler, right? Little did I know, it was a trap. The red car's muffler and the prosecutor's red muffler. What was Miss Guy really trying to say, I wonder? Ugh. Man, that's not it. Just stab her with a knife. Parking lot floor plans, that doesn't matter to her, blah, 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 blah. Think about it, I could have taken a picture from the guard room, but even I get flustered sometimes. So you went straight to the scene of the crime and climbed the chain link fence in an effort to stop the murder? That's when I took this photo, yes. In other words, 5 minutes after the crime? Those 5 minutes are the whole problem. The hole in my testimony, as it were. The 5 minutes weren't the problem, Miss Starr. You lying was the problem. Listen, little girl. I've had my testimony disregarded before, and I wasn't going to have it disregarded again. Just like that time. That time. Is that enough to get you to talk? Yes! The SL9 incident. Woo! That's when I learned the truth. We're nothing to them. Disposable. Disposable? 2 years ago. It was the biggest case I'd ever handled. The police and the prosecutors were desperate for decisive evidence. So, they didn't solve it? On the contrary, it was solved quite cleanly. The criminal was caught and executed. Executed? Yes, the criminal got what was coming to him. It doesn't get any cleaner than that. The only problem was, they never did find decisive evidence. What? But the criminal was executed, right? Evidence of a sort. Made up evidence. What? You mean they executed someone with fabricated evidence? The best part came several months after the trial. Every detective involved with the case was dealt with. Some were demoted to patrolmen, others found themselves out of a job. And you were one of those? Myself and one other person you know well. Wait, could it be... Exactly. Officer Jake Marshall. He's on security detail in the police department, isn't he? Alright, now we're getting somewhere. As professional detectives, we investigated that case from every angle. Jake was particularly determined. And then, it was over, and he was demoted. However, he hasn't forgotten, and neither have I. You haven't forgotten SL9? So they worked in tandem. That's what it is. They worked in tandem. He killed at one place and she did the other. There was another side to that case, a hidden side. That's what we're after now. And no one up in their fancy offices can stop us. Wait, those lunches you sell. There is only one reason I come to sell lunches in this accursed office. I come here to meet old friends. Boyfriends that can help me investigate. Miss Starr's old boyfriends. How many does she have, anyway? Just when the detectives on the case have disappeared, we find new evidence. There has to be a connection. So, rookie, what? It seems like you're serious about investigating this case. Yes. Then you should take this. A Salisbury steak lunch? I know a certain guy who might help you if you tempt him with this treat. Steak lunch received. Miss Starr? Officer Marshall, is he your, are you his... Are you going out? Why do you want to know? I was just wondering what happened to him. A long time ago, when he was helping my sister do cases, he was so nice. He got along so well with my sister, it made me jealous. And he was nice to me, too, back then. This would be when Officer Marshall was a detective. But now he's so cold. And Jake and I are merely cooperating on this investigation. We're putting the past to rest, as it were. Nothing more than that. I see. Thank you. Officer Jake Marshall. Alright, now I should be able to... Okay, now I should be able to move to, hopefully, the security office. February 23rd, Police Department entrance. This place is charged with frantic energy, as always. Please! Oh, wasn't that... One steak lunch, please. Oh, it's you. Detective Gumshoe. Well, now's no time for chit-chat, pal. I'm a busy man. What I really need is a steak lunch from Lunchland. Oh, you mean one of these? Actually, it's not for sale. I think I just heard the sound of his heart breaking. Oh, now's no time for despair. We've caught a criminal. Now we just need evidence. The criminal? You mean... You heard about the stabbing in the police department evidence room, pal. On the same day that a detective was killed in the prosecutor's parking lot, another detective was killed at the police department? And the perpetrator? Do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect, and just arrested him, in fact. It's the biggest scandal that hit the station in ages. Everything's topsy-turvy. But Detective Gumshoe, who was it? Listen, pal, all I know is I need me a steak lunch, pronto. Standing around here talking isn't gonna fill my belly. Wait! Don't leave! If you want to know more, head on down to the detention center, pal. Questioning should be over, so I figure he's down there having a good cry. Later. He ran off to the evidence room. Well, this investigation is off to a running start. Alright. I think it's this, and then I go from there to detention center.
I thought that you guys were gonna... go see another... Like, I didn't know you guys were gonna be walking around. I thought you guys were gonna stay there and do this thing.
Yeah, well, we're walking around doing investigations and stuff, baby. February 23rd, detention center. Visitor's room. Still, I do feel better about things. A little. I mean, they caught the person who stabbed Detective Goodman, didn't they? Yeah, I guess they did. There you go, Axe. What's up, man? Best to not go too far down that road right now. Things will just get confusing. What was that? Is this Meekins? Please tell me this is Meekins.
What was that voice? What was that?
It was like a sound. It was like, weird, like feedback on a microphone. Haha. Thanks, Paradox. I appreciate it, man. How are you? Please tell me this is Meekins. Sir, that's what I'm saying. Me, a perpetrator? I'd say I was the perpetrated against, sir. That's what I'd say. Yes. It's Meekins. Hi. Greetings, sir. Oh, wait, I know who you are. You have a wet dog right here. Excuse me, but is Mr. Edgeworth, anywhere on the premises? Oh, I thought you liked my hat. I'm here, sir, at the request of the chief, sir. I've got to report, sir. Officer Meekins. So you're a guard here at the detention center? Oh, no, sir. I'm not, sir. I'm a little lost patrolman, like a little lost lamb, sir. Oh, I get it. You're here to deliver a report? No, sir. Well, how should I say this? Wait, he isn't, is he? You, Officer Meekins, you didn't, did you? Perpetrator, Officer Meekins reporting, sir! What? What? Now, this is an unexpected turn of events. Alright, Meekins.
What's wrong with him?
They say that he's the one who did the crime. Oh, this hat. This is a styling hat, yes. Sir! I'm a patrolman of general affairs, sir! Sir! Ow, I can hear you fine, Officer Meekins. I had some business that day, sir, and so I went to the evidence room, sir. The guard office in front of the room was empty, sir. So, normally there's a guard at the evidence room? Well, that's right, sir, because evidence is kept in the evidence room, sir. Now, the security officer was none other than Officer Marshall. Marshall? Oh, then, sir, I happened to glance at the security room monitor. That's when I saw him, sir. A suspicious person in the evidence room. A suspicious person, sir. See you, Frosty. A suspicious person. Yeah! What the heck is this guy doing?
Oh, it's on his
So, I don't know. He's kind of a crazy guy, this guy. So, what happened then? After that, sir, everything went white. I saw red. I blacked out. And when I came to, I was here, in the detention center. My other hat is cooler. How long were you out? Days? Might I ask, what happened to your hand? Sir, there was no one to bandage me, sir. What's up, monkey? Hey, don't blame me. Blame Meekins, monkey. Blame Meekins for the voice. So I did what I could to wrap it up, sir. A bandage on his hand. Just like Miss Sky. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. Sorry. Yet another similarity between this case and the one at the prosecutor's office. What's up, Spees? First things first. Tell us how you hurt your hand. Should tell us about the victim first. I don't mean to pry, but you are the perpetrator, correct? You killed Detective Bruce Goodman in the evidence room, right? Sir, please don't look at me with those sad puppy dogs, sir! If you want to label me as persecutor or victim, sir, then label me victim! I would, but you happen to be in detention, and alive and well at that. Ah, yes. Well, that's true, sir. I suppose you could say that. Did you know the victim, Detective Goodman? Well, sir, if I had to label him as a stranger or a total stranger, then I'd say he leans heavily on the total stranger side. So, you didn't know him? Sir, I work in a tiny department devoid of light or other creature comforts. I don't know any detectives. So, if he was a total stranger, why did you stab him? Sir, I had no intention of killing him, sir. None. Nor do I have any recollection of killing him, sir. At least someone around here is more confused than I am. And your hand, that happened when Detective Goodman was stabbed? Well, you think, sir, don't you think you should just confess? But but there was nothing I could do. Nothing you could do?
What's wrong with this guy?
I know, right? Sir, to tell the truth, sir, when it happened, when the detective pointed that knife at me, I just hollered, sir. And the next thing I knew, I was unconscious. The next thing you knew, you were, huh? Then, when I opened my eyes, I was alone in the evidence room, sir. All alone. Alone because Detective Goodman had disappeared. What? Then when I looked down, I was gushing blood from my hand, sir. Oh, the shock. Oh, the sorrow, sir. Can you imagine how I felt? The victim's body disappeared? That's some story. Alright, well.
What happened to his hand?
He says that he got stabbed somehow after he was down. Officer Meekins, this is for you. Eek! I'm scared of knives, sir. It's okay, I just wanted you to take a look at it. That's it, sir. Last night, sir. That's the one. I was an apple, sir, in my dream, sir, and I was being peeled. Anyways, time for bed. Alright, Leshrak. See you, man. Thanks for stopping by. Have fun at work tomorrow, man. On second thought, you don't have to look at the knife. He's overreacted to the knife, but I guess he's been through a lot. Want the shoe? Officer Meekins, could you take a look at this? I'm sorry, sir. Really sorry, but I have no idea what that is. Maybe you should ask Mr. Edgeworth, sir. He's passing the buck, Mr. Wright. Takes a special kind of man to pass the buck to Edgeworth. Okay. What about this knife? This is for you. I'm scared of knives. Okay, so we overreacted to that knife also. What about this? It doesn't know what that is. What about this? Do you think you could take a look at this? Hey! That's it, sir! That's it! That's what? My head was a blank until this very moment. But, sir, now I remember. I remember, sir. You mean you remember what happened? Correct! That card was the cause of it all! This ID card? Exactly, sir, that's exactly it! Nothing could be more exact, sir! Nothing! I'd better pry into this one a little deeper. Alright, let's talk. Crime details. Can you tell me what it is you do remember? Well, sir, you might say I'm a lost little patrolman. A lost little lamb, if you will. I didn't know Mr. Detective Goodman, who was in the evidence room. That's because that's not Detective Goodman. Someone hurt Detective Goodman, took his ID, and brought it to the evidence room. And that's why you thought he looked suspicious. Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. Well, that sounds pretty much by the book so far. That's right, sir! That's what I've been trying to tell you! So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me! What? Sir, I assure you, I was as flustered as you are right now. So I whooped and leapt at him. Detective Goodman pointed a knife at him? Do unto others before they do unto you! My own father's word, sir! What happened then? Well, my eye, sir. Everything went white. When I awoke, I was here. Right. So, Officer Meekins, why was it that they arrested you? What do you mean, Emma? Let's look at what we know. Now, Officer Meekins didn't know Detective Goodman, and the victim whom he met at the scene of the crime didn't show his ID card. In other words, we have no way of knowing if the victim was really the victim. Yeah, I guess maybe we don't know if he did or not. And if this body just disappeared from the evidence room, we don't even know if anyone actually died. That's it, sir! That's what I wanted to say! That is, I did say something along those lines. Huh? But you still ended up here? They told me that it had to be him, sir. On that day, at that time, Detective Goodman was definitely in the evidence room. That's what they said. But you don't remember the events clearly? No, but the videotape is quite clear. Huh? Videotape? From the security camera. The crime I swore to stamp out. It's there. It's me. It's on tape. And you wait until now to tell us this? I'm sorry, really sorry, sir. I'll hand over my badge. I don't deserve it. No thanks. I have my own. Well, I guess we better go check out the crime scene.
What happened?
I don't entirely know. Let's see if we can get to the evidence room. February 23rd, Police Department, Criminal Affairs. Hey, Mr. Wright. Look who's standing at the head detective's desk. It's Chief Gant. Are you sure this is all, You know what it means if there's anything missing. Sir, I'm sure it's most likely totally perfect. We checked the drawers, the lockers, the garbage cans, the coat pockets, the pillowcases, behind the computer monitors, the coffee machine. I see. Well, if anything does turn right up, you call me right away. Deal? Yes, sir. We'll scour the place again, sir. The head detective looks a little flustered. Aha! Righto, my boy! How you been? Swim much? Ho ho ho! Chief Gant, reporting for duty, sir. Why are you saluting him, Mr. Wright? Is Edgeworth going to be okay? Oh, Worthy? Oh, you know they're doing a little inquiry committee with him. Sounds like an inquisition. Yep, well, we've had no end of trouble with the boy since last year. You mean the incident on Gourd Lake? It doesn't look good having one of our top people sitting in the defendant's seat. Now, you got someone else found guilty in that case, right, righto?
Daddy,
Yeah, baby?
that guy was a policeman and he's just scared of knives?
Yeah, that's amazing, huh?
That's really weird.
It is kind of weird. Exactly, Diddy.
What happened to his hand? I just
Son,
don't get it.
son, have you ever been in a sauna? What? Oh, his hand. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that either. On Karma? A legend he was, undefeated in his 40-year career. But in court you fixed it so he was caught for forging evidence. Wait, I didn't do anything wrong. He did forge evidence. In any case, the prosecutor's office is in a bit of turmoil, you might say. Why, they do just about anything to restore their reputation. Now, depending on what that inquiry committee decides, it could be bad for Worthy. What? It's downright odd, I tell you. I mean, it happened at exactly the same time. The murder at the prosecutor's office. Scientifically speaking, it's impossible. Yes, but that's what the evidence is saying. Goodman was stabbed in 2 locations at the same time. That's what it says. What evidence is this? Oh, now, righto, I can't give away all our secrets just like that. And this in particular, well, it's a little sensitive, and I can't talk about it. Wasn't expecting much anyway. You know, one thing I hate most of all is hiding stuff. Secrets, can't stand them. But you know, it's a full-time job just keeping the head detective's trap shut. Ah, he was the one you were picking on earlier? Huh? You saw that? Whoops. I wonder what it was that he wanted the head detective to do. Let's see if we can kind of discreetly ask him. It means without letting anybody know. Ooh, sorry you had to see that. What exactly did the chief of police want you to do? Well, see over there? That's Goodman's desk. He wanted me to check it for anything that might be a clue. It took away every last piece of garbage in the trash can. So nothing belonging to Detective Goodman is still here? Of course not. Well, except for this. What? You kept something? Sure, why not? It's not important. You didn't even finish writing it. It's a lost item report, but it's only half complete. Oh yeah, clearly that wouldn't be important at all. A lost item? Did Detective Goodman lose something? The date on it is February 21st. I'll make a note of that just in case.
What happened? What happened to Goodman?
Oh, well, Goodman is not around anymore. I should probably get a quick look around the crime scene.
What happened to
Okay, let's talk to him about the permission granted. Actually, I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Well, I never thought the day would come when Righto asked me for help. I was wondering if we could investigate the evidence room. Ah, cool, Shadow. That pause. And now, Righto. Actually, I'm sorry, I don't need to investigate after all. Righto, please, do I look like a selfish man? Huh? Heck, if anyone asked me, Sir, can I borrow $50? I'd give them 50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's content, knock yourself out. It just goes to show, you can never know until you ask. And for you, here, you can borrow this. Hey, this is a detective's ID card, isn't it? Well, that's a special card for guests, so don't lose it. Yes, sir, it's an honor. You just run along and do your best now. Later, folks. I don't trust this guy. He wants me to investigate for some reason. It looks pretty cool on my lapel, doesn't it? Just think, a real ID. You seem happy. Yes, sir. Because, sir, we get to go into the evidence room now, sir. I think this place is a bad influence on the girl.
Now she's saying sir. Just like he said.
Except now we actually have to go to the parking lot for no reason at all. Actually, no, the security guard office first. No. The evidence room is beyond that door. And we have the ID card from Chief Gant. Let's just walk in. It won't open. Aha! The card reader's turned off, see? What is that security guard thinking? Howdy, partners. Hey, what's up, IK? Yes, there is an Arva Nugget, as it were. Good to see you, man. Much love to IK. IK actually got me Dragon Age Inquisition, so if you guys are not already doing so, you should be following IK. He is an awesome streamer. For that matter, so is Porquitos. Laporce is also an excellent streamer, too, so you guys should be following those wonderful peoples. And good to see everyone in here. I hope everyone's having a good time. If you are new to the stream and are interested and like what you see in here, please make sure to follow and spread the word. My name is Arvan Eleron. I play lots of different kinds of games, but I tend to focus on narrative. I tend to focus on narrative and story-based games, so things like RPGs, things like that. And I'm finishing up the Phoenix Wright game, then I'm going to be finishing up my Ultima Underworld run, and then I'll be moving on to Dragon Age Inquisition, thanks to the awesome IAK. What, baby?
That's Howdy Partners well.
It does say that. Howdy, partners, well, that's right.
Can you eat it?
Sure. Howdy, partners. Well, what's made my Bambina's skies so gray? Officer Marshall. Somehow I knew. What's that somehow I knew look for? As you may have surmised, this here's my saloon. We're here to investigate the crime scene. Yeehaw! That card you got there on your chest? That's better than a sheriff's badge in these parts. Yeehaw? Well, what you standing there for? Get along, little dogies. The crime scene's awaiting. Beep. Looks like the card reader's on again. While we're here, I was wondering if we could ask you some questions. Sorry, cowboy, but I got no mind to tangle with you hombres. You're busy then? Did I say that? I only said I didn't wish to speak with you. Actually, you said you had no mind to tangle with us hombres. I was wondering if we could talk to you. Sorry, Bambina, but I'm off to roam the lands like a tumbleweed on the wide prairies. Like a gunslinger loading his six-shooter, I say a little prayer. Grrrt! What was that all about, Mr. Wright? I think he was just too hungry to talk. You're just saying that because his stomach was growling. You have no idea what he was talking about either. Well, in any case, we need to get cracking on this investigation pronto. Let's talk to Marshall first. I'll take care of this situation. I can talk to you. I know exactly how we can keep you from answering. Here's what you need to know. I would like to present to you, Mr. Marshall, none other than a steak lunch. That smell. Reminds me of Texas. So, Officer Marshall, you're from Texas? No, I just saw a special on television the other day. Is this from my baby? Yeah, Miss Starr. What's this? What? A filet steak lunch. I see. I don't see. I wonder what it means. Steak lunch given to Officer Marshall. All right, Bambina, you win. Ask anything. Finally, it seems like he's willing to talk. Let's do it. Let's talk about the guard office first. Officer Marshall, you're in charge of security for the evidence room, right? You got good eyes, partner. It's an easy job, and I'm grateful for it. Actually, Officer Meekins at the detention center told us. That poor little doggy. Poor guy. I keep getting his name wrong and calling him Meekly. He told us something. He said that when the stabbing occurred, you weren't at your station. Well, maybe I shouldn't be telling you this, but since I got demoted from detective 2 years ago, well, it might not look it, but I lost my fire for the job, you know? So, what were you doing around 5:15 when the murder took place? Well, I reckon I was galloping down the highway on the back of my steed, Zippy. Note, he was riding down the highway on his horse named Zippy. There's no need for people here, anyhow. These newfangled machines do a bang-up job of keeping an eye on the place. You mean the security camera system? I don't take to machines much. Kinda like that stewed broccoli they sneak in next to your steak, you know? Alright, what about you, Marshall? Miss Starr told us something. She said that you were a detective until 2 years ago. It was always my dream to be a rawhide wrangler on the scene of the crime. That's all gone now, like a drinking hole in a prairie fire. You're still investigating the SL9 incident with Miss Starr, aren't you? That was my case. It's all solved on the record books, but it smells like a bad game of poker. Yeah, it was the same time, Kathleen. She said that anyone who was involved in that case, anyone who was involved in the case was demoted right afterwards. So, I like broccoli too, actually. I can't let it go. That's all there is to it. Because it was like the case involved a lot of forged evidence and stuff, apparently.
I like broccoli.
You do like broccoli, yeah.
What is he talking about?
I don't know. I forgot what he mentioned. He was mentioning something about a plate of food. What kind of case was it anyway? We've heard the name so many times, but no one tells us what actually happened. There are some things you're better off not knowing, Bambina. Anyway, that case is officially dead as of 2 days ago. 2 days ago, the day of our case. That's right. The evidence transferals. Edgeworth was talking about the transferals, too. He got demoted for shaving with a knife at his desk. Exactly. Yeah, see, I think that, too. I think this is a conspiracy to get back at the... Or the other way around, for the police department to get back at the prosecutors now, you know? I know what maybe 2 of the machines in here do. Only 2 of them? There must be a dozen. Like I said, Bambina, me and machines, well, I like them about as much as I like stewed cauliflower with my steaks. The easiest ones to understand are these here security cameras. Those are the ones that Officer Meekins mentioned. If nothing happens, the tapes are automatically erased every few hours. And Officer Meekins and Detective Goodman, are they on one of those tapes? I reckon they might be. You're the security guard and you reckon? Well, one more thing. When you go into the evidence room, you need an ID card. Thus the card reader by the door. The card reader leaves a record of every ID card passed through.
We got 3 ID cards now.
I know, well he was just showing the ID card. So this is the ID card record. Okay, so Goodman came here. Ah, see this? So Goodman, or the person holding Goodman's ID, came through at 5:14 p.m. Hey, I've seen that somewhere before. Sorry, Bambina, I can't show you more than that. Huh? I haven't heard whether this is related to the case yet. Mr. Wright, I saw a number on that record just now. I've seen that number before. Maybe there's some way I can prove that record is tied to the stabbing. I can. I'll get to that in a minute. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? Hey, what's up, RBK? Good to see you. Welcome into the stream. Yeah, I don't actually know what it's going to be yet. I normally give away a choice of one of 3 games, thanks to my incredibly generous viewers. So I have a number of games, and I normally give people the choice of 3, but I haven't actually decided which games it's going to be, and it could be any one of like 40 that I have, so I don't know yet, is the answer to that. But welcome into the stream. Sorry, but could you explain what this whole transferal thing is about? IK gives away hugs. Yes, and games to fellow streamers, because he's a badass. We keep only evidence from solved cases in this room. They're kept here under the presiding detective's supervision for 2 years, so we can reinvestigate them if it turns out there was a mistake, see? So what happens to the evidence after 2 years? It goes to sleep forever in the underground vault of the police station. That's what we call transferal. We do it every February. I see now. Transferal is like a funeral for old cases. 2 years after a case is solved, it's closed forever, dead, never to be reopened again. Never to be reinvestigated. And that happened to SL9 2 days ago. Alright, let me present something that will get him to see the connection. And kapow. See this? This is the victim's ID card. Ah, the one that was on the ground in the parking lot. The number on this is 584-2189. Officer Marshall, show us the ID number on that ID card record. Right there, 584-2189. Look, the 4th number, it's a perfect match. Look at 7777. It was used at 5:14, right before the stab. What's more, there's only one of them cards in the world. So, when the incident occurred, Detective Goodman was in the evidence room. Oh wait, what did Officer Meekins say? Sir, I entered the evidence room and asked the man to display his ID card. So you asked Detective Goodman to show his ID card. What did he do? That's the thing! Suddenly he pointed a knife at me! If he had his ID card then, why would he have pointed a knife at Officer Meekins? Because he didn't have it. Alright, compadre, you win. I guess I can give you this ID card record. ID card record added to the court record. So he didn't have it at the time. I've got an idea. Maybe I should show this list to other people with ideas here. Evidence room. February 23rd.
Oh, we never saw that.
Evidence room. Sector 3. Yeah, this is a new room. It's quiet. The investigation must be over here. So this is the evidence room? It really is kind of like a graveyard. Graveyards are supposed to have grass and trees. This feels more like a morgue. Nice try, Mr. Wright. You can't scare me. Whoa!
What happened?
I think they just bumped into each other. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I wouldn't recommend going around smacking ghosts on the head, pal. So is it true what I heard? Righto, please. Do I look like a selfish man? Heck, if anyone asked me, sir, can I borrow $50, I'd give them $50, no problem. So go ahead, investigate that room to your heart's desire, and knock yourself out. Yeah, it's true. So, Chief of Police Gant, will loan anyone $50? Even me? Oh, so that's what you were talking about. Actually, I was put in charge of the investigation for today. Just for today? Boss for a day. Well, guess what? You got permission for the chief, so now you're boss for a day. This is a complete setup. They're setting us up to tie us to this somehow. Complete setup. Thanks. First of all, you'll want to have this. Evidence room floor plans added to the court record. So, Detective Gumshoe, you're boss for the day? That's right. It's an honor. After all, the murder took place right here in the police department. But if you're boss, why are you all alone? Where are your underlings? Oh, they're using our findings from yesterday's investigation to prepare for the trial. In other words, Detective Gumshoe got kicked out of the investigation again. I'm adamant, though. I'm gonna take control and put this case to rest. And in my own evidence locker, pal. Ah, thank you for the follow, Blake Corser. I appreciate it. Welcome to the Argonauts, man. Hey, Garrow, what's up? Welcome in, Garrow. Yeah, Blake Corser, welcome, new follower. Welcome to the Argonauts, sir. And in my own evidence locker, pal. Can we get a new follower for Blake? You have a locker in here too, Detective Gumshoe? Haha, of course. I am a detective after all. They gave me a locker that only I can open, pal. Only you can open. Thank you, Shadowed. I'll always believe in Mr. Edgeworth, no matter what happens. So, Mr. Edgeworth is with the inquiry committee now, right? They're trying to figure out who's responsible for the mess up in court today. I see. I guess this is what you call fate. Mr. Edgeworth just can't get away from that case. That case? Yeah, that case. I don't think he did. I don't know. The SL9 incident, of course. That was the beginning of the end for Mr. Edgeworth. Maybe we can get him to tell us more about the case. This place is more high-tech than you might think. Every locker is fixed that only one detective can open it. Using this ID card? Well, that's the thing, pal. ID cards can be lost. Well, I'm on my third card since entering the force already. That sounds like a lot. Yes, but even I can't lose my own right hand. Right hand? Oh, you mean your fingerprint? Exactly, pal. I wonder that's going to come into the fact that both of their hands are injured. So they're going to say that the only way Skye could have gotten into his locker was if she used her fingerprint, but her right hand was bandaged because she had cut herself. Locker for each locker is coated with a fingerprint. And that's the only locker we can open. Funny, they look like normal lockers. These are the latest model. There's a trick to the handles, see? The handles? On the other side of the handles is a sensor, and if the wrong person touches it, zap, you get a shock. Ah, and that's why their hand was bandaged. Their hand was bandaged because they got shocked trying to pull the handle. If that's what happened, my hand would be black and smoking every day. In any case, locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. Can I tell this joke to my daughter? Sure, Law. I can tell the joke to my daughter. You want to hear a joke? Okay, she says yes. Kid friendly. What is the joke, Law? Take a look at this. This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Okay, what are Duck's favorite food? Okay, what are Duck... she doesn't know, Law. What are Duck's favorite food? waiting for him to answer. Duck's favorite food are quackers.
Oh, like crackers.
Yeah. She's like, funny. Good stuff, Law. Tadoosh. I guess those jokes really pay the bills. Woohoo! Okay. This is the ID card record of the people who came in here on the day of the stabbing. Ah, I heard the rumors.
So what did Sky do? Why did she put her fingerprint on it?
I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I don't actually know. It's just a guess.
And how did they get their, what's that thing on their hand?
That bandage on their hand. I'm thinking maybe one of them tried to open the locker and they got a shock, so they bandaged their hand. But I don't know if that's true.
What's a shock?
Whoa, shock is like zap. Like, you know, bzz, you know. What is it? That second number. It's not your ID number, is it, Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth. What? The second number on this list belongs to Mr. Edgeworth. What? What? ID card record updated in the court record. Why would Edgeworth have come to the evidence room? Yeah! Alright, let's take a look around here a little bit before we go talk to Edgeworth. Wow, look at this big pile of junk in the corner. That looks like a car door. There's a pair of handcuffs attached to the frame. Maybe the guy they caught was some sort of escape artist and he got away. Hey, that's one of those human profiles for range testing. He's been shot square in the forehead. Better him than us. That's true. What is that? There's something sticking out of here. Looks like a shirt. I guess it must be evidence for some case. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe put this here. There you go, pal, making me out to be some kind of slob. I'm not responsible for the evidence here. That said, I bet that evidence locker was open recently. How do you know? If you leave things hanging out like that, the evidence gets dirty or ripped. The guard checks on that kind of stuff and notifies the detective responsible. How many times have I had him breathing down my neck about some silly evidence? Yes, this is case 5, Blake. This is episode 5, the final episode. And I'm about halfway through it.
If you guys want to know, then open it. If you guys open it, then
Needs to open the safe where it is, you mean? To see what's in there? It sounds like Detective Gumshoe leads evidence hang out a lot too. I bet he doesn't tuck in his shirt under that trench coat either. If you're gonna talk behind someone's back, don't do it right in front of him, pal. This place is stuffed with evidence, stuffed with dreams. I'm not so sure about the dreams. Okay, sounds good, Blake. Thanks for stopping by, man. Welcome into the stream. Yeah, I know, right? Let God sort him out, right, Sly? It won't open. I guess I should have known. Hey, pal, our security's high-tech around here. Alright, I already knew about that. What about over this? Some sort of bulky equipment is gathering dust here. What a sorry-looking fishing pole that is. Ah, that's my personal pole. I never did get around to using it. Wait, I've seen that somewhere before. Right, pal, that's that metal detector. The one that led to the solving of that case out on Gourd Lake, remember? Oh, right. Wow, that feels like it was ages ago. And I don't think I've seen this one before. Oh, that's a radio locator. I'm sure will come in handy in solving some case sooner or later. That cheap-looking box? You can't judge a person or a machine by their cover. You gotta look at their heart. Absolutely true. Okay, let's examine some other things, shall we?
what's that thing hanging on that paper?
Alright, we're gonna check it out and see. Inspector Zenagata as a young man. Yeah. What is a saw and paint doing here? Since the dawn of time, true art has always been a war against oppression. True art? I noticed that there's blue and yellow paint here. Perhaps we're witnessing the birthplace of the Blue Badger? Well, you might say this is my studio. Here in the evidence room? Oh gosh, we're gonna have to talk to him about that. Look at the bloody fib. Yep, the bloody handprint. What's this? Blood. It's a little worn, but there's definitely a handprint here. It looks like someone tried to wipe it off. Mr. Wright! What if there are other bloodstains left in the room? We should use our testing fluid to check it out. Yes, we should, and I know where to check first. No, not that, not that, not that. No, 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 no. Can I use this? Oh, maybe I have to actually go into the court record. Exactly, Garrow. Ooh, Badger, testify. Tell me what you know. Where's the Badger? Okay. Ha ha ha! Boom! Called it. Why am I getting a reaction here? There's no reason for the murderer to touch this spot if he fled out the door. This just might be something significant. Hey, that's some pretty amazing stuff you got there, pal. What, this? It's called luminol testing fluid. Where'd you get your hands on that? Huh? I'd like to get some too. Hold on a second. It stopped. I'd like to get some too. I'll just borrow $50 from the chief. Oh my goodness. What? I don't know yet. Actually, that's what we're trying to figure out.
Maybe that's, what's his name again?
Well, we don't actually know who it could be. It could be Edgeworth. It could be one of these other people. We don't actually know. It could be Sky. Well, yeah, Sky is in the detention center though. So. Oh yeah, yeah. Sky is the one who's actually being accused of doing this. Well, I better jot this down on the floor plans. What's up, Grand Blade? Arvin Muteron. Okay, let's see. Whoa. There must have been a massive amount of blood here. I've never seen so much before. See, this is my theory. My theory is that they killed Detective Goodman here. He actually came in with the ID. They took Goodman's body then over, and then they switched around the bodies after the fact. Someone else got killed in the parking lot, and then they changed the bodies later on and put the Detective Goodman's body in the other crime scene. That's what I think happened.
But how could they switch bodies?
That's a good question. How they did it without anybody noticing. It might be that Gant was in on it, or it might be that Marshall and Angel Star were in it as revenge. They were trying to get back at the other people, and so they got rid of both of them at the same time. That would be the other possibility. I'm not a professional. What's your opinion, Detective? Pale blue blood. Maybe Detective Goodman was actually an alien? Oh, good grief. This proves that something really happened in front of this locker. I'll make a note of it on the floor plans. Hey, you didn't want my opinion, you shouldn't ask, pal. The judge did it. Okay, I think we're good with that now.
Maybe you should go to some other places.
Well, we're going to do that in a little bit. Let's examine... We're going to do that too, yep. It was the caviar. Where's fish eggs? Look, this one's open, and there's an indicator tag stuck in it still. That locker is coated with Detective Goodman's fingerprint. Detective Goodman's locker. Are you sure it's okay to leave it open like that? Well, it'd be hard to get it open again if we closed it. It's empty. They must have taken the contents elsewhere. Here? Oh, this thing? I know that. That's how we found out about... That's how I knew to actually spray elsewhere in the room. Wow, someone must have broken something big to make all these pieces. Detective Gumshoe, perhaps? Oh, there you go, pal. Making me out to be some kind of hooligan. That's apparently from The Case. The Case? What's up, Henshin? Twitch is going down. There's all kinds of errors. Okay. We'll stick together. I think it was Edgeworth because he has those foofy cuffs. The Case? The SL9 incident, pal. See the sticker on one of the pieces there? Another piece of SL9 evidence. I like how it's like, look for other evidence. No, I'll check it out. I wonder what shape these pieces were in before whatever it was broke. You want to try to put it back together? Ha! Good luck, pal. That's no job for amateurs. Well, I spent a good 3 hours on that before I had to give up. That's why I always carry around a tube of glue. Well, this piece looks like the bottom. Let's try putting the rest in place. Alright, here we go. That's not even close. Trying to figure out what it's... Okay, good. I can choose different ones. I was like, what? Whoops, 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 whoops. How about this one? Yep. Cool. Alright. Feed when it... I'm still up. I'm still here. I haven't dropped any frames on my end. Let's see. Wow, there's 8 fragments. Okay. Whoops. No. That could go... I don't think that's gonna... No, I don't think that's it. Let's see, yeah, once I put it back together, I'll take a look at it, Kara. It's gotta be up here somehow. Still feel like that's the right color also. There we go. There's the blood.